features. So if you open up a blank Google Doc, you'll see this. Has anyone seen this before when they open up Google Docs?
Yes, I have seen.
Yep. Yes. So this comes in handy. If you're writing different things and you're not exactly sure how to format what you're writing on a page, Google Docs can help you out. You can probably hear my daughter right now. So here are some of the options. If you're working and you have a project proposal, this can come in handy. I'm teaching class, honey. Okay. All right. If you're writing a letter, a formal letter, this can help. But in our situation, we have two different resume templates. So I recommend that on your own, you explore the Google Docs template gallery, and you could use it for different things that you're writing. For instance, Glaucian, you might need to write a letter, a formal letter to refund your money for those airline tickets.
Okay.
So maybe this format right here would look good. It might,
Okay.
if you if you're arguing with the airline, and you might have to explain your situation to get the money back, you might want to use a letter template to help you out. So it's good to get familiar with these different templates in Google Docs.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So those are good tools to get familiar with. But now I'm going to ask a more, what seems an obvious question. What's a template? It's a word we use all the time, but we might not know what it is. Who could tell me what's a template?
It's a model.
A model? I want to get everyone's guess. And I'm going to, okay, a model.
It's a way where you can follow intrusion about you, about your profession. Well, okay, about you. That's it.
Okay, a way to follow. All right.
Maybe
It's a skeleton.
Pro forma.
Skeleton. What was the last one? Did somebody say formal or format?
Yeah, like a format, or
Mhm.
I think, yeah, formula, not a form you can go through like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, format, yeah.
A format. Okay.
I get something.
I think Narexi added another one. What was it, Narexi?
A computer document.
A document. Okay.
This is like an example.
An example.
Yes.
Okay.
A rule. I think a rule.
A role. Mahalet said a role. Okay. So guess what? I brought the dictionary definition here. Ta-da! There it is. That's the dictionary definition. So it's a word used in different contexts. The first one is this one. A shaped piece of metal, wood, card, plastic. It's like if anyone's ever worked in a factory or any kind of building manufacturing, that's one way to use the word template. Some people said a model. Yeah, whoever said a model very first, that's the use of the word template. Right here, something that serves as a model for others to copy. So yes, that's a great way to say it. And here, in our situation, it's in the context of computing, which is what we're using a template for. This is the closest to our use of the word template. A present format for a document or file. So that's really our use of the word template right there. A present format for a document or file. So most of you are pretty much there, the way it's supposed to look, a model for the way some type of document should look. Okay. So let's go into this resume template. And this is one particular sample. If your resume doesn't, hello, young man, good morning. This resume doesn't look exactly like this template. It's okay. It's just a general model. So here we go. Let's go into this resume template that I put on Google Classroom. And I gave everybody a Word document so that they can open it up and add their own information. So this is what you can do on your own. If you don't have a resume yet, you can fill this out. I'll go over each category with you now. So here we go. First thing, let's do the easiest. What should we put here?
Name.
That's it. You got it. So everybody should get this one right. If you get this one wrong, I can't help you. So, all right, now then it gets more complicated here. This can be usually, right. They ask for your address. Now here's something. Maybe you're in a complicated
Personal data.
Right. Maybe you're in a complicated living situation. You might not know where you're living from 1 month or 1 week to the next. You can just add your contact information. So maybe the place you're sleeping tonight is not where you're going to be sleeping next week. Forget the address, just put in your contact information. So they just need to contact you. Nobody's going to go, you're applying for a job. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, here. It's just a form. It's traditional. Usually people put their address, but you can just put your email or your phone number just so they can contact you. Don't, if you see that, don't say, oh no, I don't have an address. What do I do? Just put your email and your phone number. That's enough.
Nice.
And let's go into this one. What should we put here? Who could tell me what to put in this one?
Experience, other job.
Right.
If everything you done before, yeah.
Now, Norexi said everything.
Professionally, maybe. Yeah.
It depends on the situation. Let's say I'm a teacher. Should I put this on my resume? If I'm applying for a teaching job, should I put this on my resume?
Depende the area, the position.
No, I don't think so.
I think you should not.
It's dependent what you like.
I think we need to put the information. It is important for a job. Do you want?
That's it. That's it.
I agree.
Exactly. So I started typing different jobs that had absolutely nothing to do with my job. Now, this is where it just depends on your situation. Let's say I'm applying for a job as a medical assistant. If I want a job as a medical assistant, should I put my previous job as an Uber driver?
Absolutely not.
No. Absolutamente no.
This is where it becomes subjective. And this is where your writing makes the difference. Can anyone think of skills that you might need for this job, which would apply also to this job?
No.
Well, what do you do if you're a medical assistant?
You should have a background with science and maybe
Well, that's not it's not about your background, it's about the job itself. What do you need to do?
Experience with the nursing.
With
What is it? What is the job itself?
maybe in the hospital or somewhere else.
No, I'm not. Everybody's telling me where it is and what background you need to have. Nobody's telling me what job it is. When you go to the doctor, who's the medical assistant?
The person who helps the main doctor.
Right. They're the person who takes your chart. They will take your blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
That's a medical assistant.
Oh, okay.
So when you see the medical assistant, you're not talking to the doctor, but if you're a medical assistant, what type of skills do you need?
First aid knowledge.
Yeah. You also have to be friendly, right?
Yeah, of course. Without
Good
friendly,
communication.
Good community. You have to talk to people, right?
Yes.
he is to have a
It-
good he can make a person comfortable by talking and
Yes. Now, can anyone see a connection between these two jobs?
no. Medical with Uber driver.
You have to be friendly.
Exactly.
Yes. Works with
Right.
people.
Exactly. If you're only looking at the title, then they look like they're totally different. But if you're looking at the job itself is to sit in one room with one person and talk to them. And what does an Uber driver do?
Just to talk to you.
Yeah, if you make a lot of money, if you're good at what you do, you're friendly, people like you. Everybody been in an Uber and say, oh, I can't talk to this person. This guy's rude. I hate him. I'm giving him a bad rating.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of thing you want to match up. Most people today will have different jobs throughout their lifetime. So if you're changing careers, maybe you have to put in jobs that don't necessarily relate to your new career, but that's where you want to explain in the language what you do and how it applies. If it's things like customer service skills, talking to people, passing on information, that can work with a lot of different fields, that sort of thing. So experience, you want to list companies you've worked for, if it's relevant, and that's where it's entirely up to you. You might think No, I don't need to tell them about this job I had 5 years ago. Okay. But if you can find